I just started the process, and so in the first fall semester I'm taking one course. It's called Data Collection and Survey Methods. It's a graduate level course. We're learning a lot about different modes of surveys, things like telephone surveys, web surveys, mail surveys, and how those impact the survey results that you might get, and how you can account for that in the design stage. And we meet once a week. It's actually at the university, taught at the University of North Carolina, but we go down to Census, and there's a direct video link that we take, so it's metro accessible. It's easy to get to, and we can connect to North Carolina and Michigan as well as the University of Maryland. The class starts at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, and typically what happens is I leave the client site around 2 p.m. Go do that for the rest of the night, and then that's about 4 hours that I need to make up. So I typically just spend an hour extra on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to take into account those hours. Sometimes I'll work at night on Tuesdays, but it's really flexible and it's easy to make up the hours. A lot of the work that we do right now is focused, especially at EBSA, in enforcement analytics. There they have, the long arm of the law behind them to force people to respond to their inquiries, or else they'll come after them, use a subpoena, fine them, whatever. But that's a very rare situation to be in. Typically there's, when you sample things, you're not going to get 100% response rate. You're going to have to deal with you're going to have to deal with these kinds of issues. And so, as we look to expand, our sampling practice, I think that, learning these kinds of skills, learning how to design these surveys to minimize the impacts of these particular survey errors will be really valuable, especially as we move away from or as we expand, not just doing sampling for enforcement related projects, but for, all other kinds of projects as well. Definitely for program evaluation, this will be important because there's a lot of evaluation of survey instruments and survey designs, and, if they recommend for example, a face-to-face interview, that might be really expensive and, puts on a bunch of different potential effects, and they can evaluate that in relationship to something like a web survey, which may be cheaper to, implement and send out, things like that. Summit's been very generous. They've really helped me develop some of my SAS skills. I went to a SAS conference in Baltimore a couple of years ago, got to learn about the latest and greatest SAS routines that are being put out, learn how other people are using SAS to solve their unique problems. Also, they were also able to help me get my SAS certification. They provided a class and also paid for my exam fee. And then, this is kind of the third role. I think this is a much more substantive, program. It's going to be a multi-year thing, but, I'm really looking forward to continuing to develop my survey methodology skills.